What to be to Capital G here. Got an excellent duel for you guys to check out. Looks like this duel is going to feature Crystron. They're going to be taking on For Hire. And for all the talk about a certain Link 2 monster that we don't have in the TCG, who I will not even dignify its existence by calling it by name, we'll just say that its name rhymes with Bistron Needle Piper. So yeah, that card. I feel like its own archetype doesn't even really need the card all that much. Obviously it would help, but you could still pull off some pretty spicy things without it. So I think that Crystrons are up first, and Crystrons are not really known for super powerful plays. Maybe that's why people want that certain Link monster, but they definitely can get by. He's going to use Crystron Impact. That can summon one of your Crystrons that are banished, and we all know that For Hire, if there's one thing that archetype can do, it's Swarm. Now, one of his Crystron monsters was Ghost Ogre, and he's gonna summon DD Telepon from his deck. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even know what the fuck this card was. I had to look it up. I was like, wait, what? It's from Photon Shockwave? It's a Zexo card? Like, this is one of the DDs that I wasn't familiar with. So, it's an interesting card. I don't usually see it, but he is playing some psychic stuff in this version of Crystron. So he's going to probably go for Folgo For Hire, the Link monster, at some point. There it is, excuse me, Folgo Justice For Hire. And he's probably looking for destruction. We know that if you destroy something while you have Folgo and plus like 2 other For Hires, you do get to draw like 3 cards, which is absolutely amazing. He is going to go ahead, get himself a nice little search, and I think he might have actually, yeah, this is the turning point of the duel. So his opponent tries to activate Reflau, and that's fine because it can actually, negate something. The problem is he has Psyframe Gear Gamma in his hand. That means that he can potentially try to destroy this guy, which he does, and then in addition to that, probably going to get himself an Omega as well. So this could be a turning point for the duel. I think he also destroyed one of his opponent's Crystrons, which means he gets to draw 3 more cards. So looks like the deck is the For Hire deck seems to not have any problems with his monster being destroyed. He banished card by the grave from his opponent's hand. Crystron Impact once again. Gonna summon one of those banished Crystron monsters, and this was cool. So he actually is going to go ahead and he's gonna use the DD Telepon, and he's gonna synchro summon for the level 4 Crystron, the Quandax, I believe its name is. And it's a good card, but a lot of people really don't know how to play around it. It is a card that lets you synchro summon during your opponent's turn, and this is why you gotta be careful, man. He's gonna constantly extend. By the way, he did banish Esper Girl, so that will be a card that he can potentially summon later if the DD actually stays banished, which I don't really see a reason why I wouldn't. He is going to go for the Crystron Impact because his opponent tried to target his monster with the copy of, no, it wasn't Beat, it must have been like Dampa. Yeah, Dampa was the one that targeted it. He's just going to negate that targeting, and once he sees his opponent overextending, he says, hey man, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try to synchro summon during your turn. And you guys will see right here, he's gonna get baited. This is during the battle phase. This guy lets you synchro summon during your opponent's turn, and it would be a shame if something happened to, like, I don't know, the 6 monsters that you have on field. Now the thing is, Reflau is going to try to negate, but this guy ain't a hard once per turn, so even if you negate it, he can just activate the effect again, which he does, and he makes Black Rose Dragon. Boom boom, baby. I think, did he just lose like 8 cards at one time? I feel like he just went +8 with that. He's gonna summon Esper Girl, which I haven't seen in many years. Esper Girl, when it's summoned, obviously banishes a card. When it goes to the graveyard, you get to add that card back to your hand. Let's see if he can get it in the graveyard. Esper Girl probably is going to be used for, I don't know, maybe a Synchro Summon, Link Summon. He's going to go for F.A. Don Dragster, which is just big enough to run over Folgo, wouldn't you know? And he's actually going to, well, yeah, it looks like he tries to go Called by the Grave and banishes the Esper Girl, which it's a little late for that now. I don't understand at all using Mind Control on an Omega. We all know that Omega will just chain its effect. You'll lose the Mind Control and you'll lose a card from hand, but honestly, I think that this guy's like legitimately just tilted because of the whole Black Rose Dragon, not knowing that Quandax is not a hard once per turn. Really can, some of these Art V cards, you just assume they're once per turns, but then they're like randomly not, and he attacks into an Ash Blossom. It's perfectly fine. I think that probably within a duel or a turn or so, this game will be over. Once again, tries to activate mind control. This guy's trolling. No, he's not trolling. He's just tilted. He scoops it up knowing that his opponent went like +6, +7 off of that crazy Black Rose Dragon play. Don't forget, kids, not all cards from the Arc V era and, you know, kind of moving on the Reigns era are hard once per turns. I generally think that, like, anytime I read an effect, I'm like, that has to be a hard once per turn, right? But there's a few cards out there, if you look hard enough, that are not hard once per turns, and he just definitely got wrecked by one in this duel. And by the way, that Link monster wasn't even needed. You know, the one that will remain nameless for the remainder of this video. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed that short duel, give the video a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.